जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम 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 जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम जय जय. No, it's very heavy. I don't understand how
far it goes.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम ओ श्री राम जय
हरि हरि बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे भजन बिना रे बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे भजन बिना रे बाल अवस्था खेल गवायो बाल अवस्था खेल गवायो जब ज्वाली तब मान थना रे जब ज्वाली तब मान धना रे बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे भजन बिना रे। लाहे कारण भूल गवायो, लाहे कारण भूल गवायो। आज हो न गई मन की तृष्णा रे, आज हो न गई मन की तृष्णा रे। बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे, भजन बिना रे। कहत कबीर कबीर, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो। पार उतर गए संत जना रे, पार उतर गए संत जना रे। बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे, भजन बिना रे। बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे, भजन बिना रे। हरि हरि बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे, भजन बिना रे। बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे, भजन बिना रे। बाल अवस्था खेल गवायो, बाल अवस्था खेल गवायो। जब ज्वानी तब मान धना रे, जब ज्वानी तब मान धना रे। बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे, भजन बिना रे। लाहे कारण भूल गवायो, लाहे कारण भूल गवायो। आज हो न गई मन की तृष्णा रे, आज हो न गई मन की तृष्णा रे। गए दिन भजन बिना रे, भजन बिना रे। कहत कबीर कबीर, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो, कहत कबीर सुनो भाई साधो। पार उतर गए भजन बिना रे भजन बिना रे बीत गए दिन भजन बिना रे भजन बिना रे
Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om 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 Shri Ram Jai 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 Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram 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 Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai. What? The Swamiji's voice is not working. Mic is not working. The speakers are working. That's why I'm going to put up this also.
Yeah.
It came in the afternoon.
Hari Om. What time you all reached?
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock.
Oh, then.
We ate.
Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. After a long time. Hari Om. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om 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 Shri Ram Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram Om. 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 Shri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Hari Om to everybody. എവിടുന്ന് വരണു? ഇതിപ്പോൾ 1 മണിക്കൂർ ഇംഗ്ലീഷിലുള്ള സത്സംഗമായിരിക്കും. എല്ലാവരും ആ ഗാലറി കണ്ടിട്ട് പോകണം. ഓ ശരി ശരി. ഇന്നൊരിക്കൽ വരുമ്പോൾ അവിടെ എവിടെയും പോകാൻ നിൽക്കണ്ട. രാവിലെ എണീച്ച് വൈകുന്നേരം വരെ ഇവിടുത്തെ പരിപാടികളിൽ പങ്കെടുക്കാം. അപ്പോൾ ഇപ്പോൾ കൂടുതൽ വിവരമായിട്ടും പറയാം. എന്നാലേ അറിയുള്ളൂ. കാണാനൊന്നുമില്ല, ഇരുന്ന് അനുഭവിക്കാനാണ്. ശരി, ഹരി ഓം. For the sake of newcomers, we would like to repeat a few lines about Gita touch in daily life. Many of us revere Srimad Bhagavad Gita, yet its wisdom often remains in the bookshelf, respected but rarely reflected upon in daily life. As the teaching may seem abstract or distant from our personal experience. However, as many masters have affirmed, the Gita is most relevant when applied to everyday situations. The challenge lies in drawing out these perspectives. Alternatively, we can view the Bhagavad Gita as a timeless refinery, a process of spiritual alchemy that transforms thoughts, words, and deeds into expressions of divine awareness. When the mind is refined through the sacred text, what emerges is egoless spontaneity, pure awareness, and a state of deep peace and joy. Scriptural wisdom, unless consciously applied, often remains as information rather than becoming a source of transformation. True spiritual understanding must influence how we think, speak, and act, reshaping our life through thoughts, actions, and responses. Inspired by this vision, a reflective approach was undertaken through deep contemplation on the Gita, selecting key shlokas from each chapter that resonate with inner experience, reflecting on how these teachings apply to daily life, relating these teachings with simple everyday experiences. This humble offering attempts to bridge the sacred text and our daily life so that the external truth of the Gita travels from shelf to self, from reverence to relevance. The process may appear non-conventional, the intent being to bridge the gap. Accordingly, we invite you to read, reflect, and relate these insights to your own life. We welcome your feedback to help to make this initiative more meaningful. So this is how it was started. Hari Om. When we were, the process was something, unimaginable, because none of us who are involved in this had the basic Vedic teachings, nor are we conversant well with Sanskrit. So So how do we go ahead? So we started going through slogas, and when we read the meaning, we pause and we try to parade some of the experience which we have directly witnessed, we have gone through, or we have heard. Then we try to connect up. Ramanik bhai, आइए. Come. Sit down. Mario. Benji, sit down. So with this mindset, we were going through the 18 chapters. Most of you might be knowing that there are about 700 shlokas spread in 18 chapters. Something extremely difficult for all of us to do it in one go. So we selected 10 shlokas from each chapter and then started parading incidents. We were able to connect, not fully, approximating to the theme, not directly. Still the refining is going on. Even today, the first chapter, we did some refining. Because it is only a comma, not full stop. We have to keep on polishing it. So now we have got about 200 slokas, 10 from 16 chapters, 20 from 2 chapters, so 200. So now we are reviewing it. We are in the 9th chapter. Chapter 9 of the Bhagavad Gita, Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga, is the spiritual heart of the Gita. That reveals not only highest wisdom, but the most intimate secret. Here Lord Krishna unveils a truth that is both profound and deeply personal. The divine is not distant but immanent, pervading all beings, present in all actions, loving and upholding the universe with silent compassion. Normally, we develop a feeling right from our childhood that God is separate. We always treat, even when we undertake some spiritual disciplines like chanting or bhajan or temple visit or swadhyay or visiting Punya Kshetra, even while reading, even while contemplating, even while meditating, unknowingly we feel he is separate. Whereas he is the living reality, immanent. So the divine is not distant but immanent. This chapter goes beyond philosophy. It speaks of relationship of God as a loving protector, an unseen companion, and an eternal refuge for those who seek him with sincerity. It assures us that no background, status, or past error can discard us from spiritual grace. Very important one. Nobody is disqualified. Whether I know Sanskrit or not, whether I observe rituals or not, whether I have learned scriptures or not, whether I follow the traditional path or not, still he is with us, he has been with us. Our only job is to become aware of his presence within. That is why nobody is disqualified. All that is needed is Shraddha. Shraddha means faith infused with love. When offered with a pure heart, even a simple leaf, flower, fruit, or a drop of water becomes sacred. In our daily lives, this chapter has immense relevance. What happened?
Shall we use this? Stop and see what happens. Okay. Something stop again, something is happening. Where is happening from, we don't know. Okay. So let it go for 2 minutes. It stopped, no? It stopped. Sorry.
Rajavidya reminds us that the greatest treasure lies not in possession, but in connection with the divine, with our higher self, with life's deeper purpose. This booklet explores 10 shlokas from chapter number 9 through real life incidents where faith is tested, devotion is expressed in simple ways, and inner transformation begins quietly. From acts of service and silent surrender to moments of grace during crisis, each story reflects how this royal knowledge is not theoretical but deeply experiential. Themes such as surrender, equality of all beings, sanctity of intention, assurance of divine grace are woven throughout. This chapter teaches us that bhakti is not just an emotion but a way of life where even the smallest act becomes sacred when offered with love. Chapter 9 invites us not merely to believe in God, but to trust in God's nearness, to see Him in all, and to act from that awareness. When we live with this understanding, our life becomes worship and our heart becomes a temple. Let us enter chapter 9, not only to learn a royal path, but to let it transform the way we live, serve, and love. Insights that kindle. The divine is like the wind, touching all, carrying all, yet untouched and free. We act, speak, feel, but it is within the vast stillness of the divine presence. Recognizing this gives peace, humility, and the ability to serve selflessly without ego or expectation. Leadership does not always roar. Sometimes it just radiates. Like the divine that silently directs nature's rhythm, inner authority arises from stillness, steadiness, and clarity, inspiring harmony not through force but by the very presence. True divinity often comes clothed in simplicity. The wise do not judge by appearance but recognize the sacred in the ordinary. The inability to perceive greatness in humility reflects spiritual blindness. Gita urges us to see with the inner eye. When the heart is tuned to the divine, we are moved not by ego but by grace. Even what seems random may serve a higher purpose. Surrendered action, guided by quiet intuition, becomes a conduit for divine provision, not for the self, but for the world. It is not the object, but the love behind it that touches the divine. Even a humble offering becomes sacred when imbued with devotion. The smallest act, done with a full heart, holds infinite value in the eyes of Lord. Every action becomes sacred when offered as worship. When service is done with awareness of the source, even the most routine task is elevated. The Gita teaches that intention transforms karma into seva, effort into devotion. Selfless service done in dedication and humility dissolves the bonds of karma. The Gita has that actions offered to the divine free us from the attachment, not because of what is done, but because of how and why it is done. God's grace is impartial, like rain. It falls on all, but only a pure receptive heart can transform it. The difference lies not in the giver, but in the receiver. The Gita invites us to become like an oyster, ready to turn each drop into a pearl. Divine love corrects without condemning. When repentance is real, the door to transformation is always open. Krishna declares that even the fallen, if devoted, shall rise. True compassion restores with dignity and trust in the power of sincere change. So 10 slogas. There's a chart, sloga number, topic. All the incidents have been given a label under the banner of a topic, so that easy for us to remember. Why? Why did you not do that?
I was waiting my husband and
So the sloga chart you will find, sloga number, topic on based on the example. Then the first line of the sloga, then which segment? We have separated this, student segment, family segment, professional segment, personal, social. That means Gita is touching everywhere. So that is why it has been taken out from different segments. Otherwise it becomes one-pointed and we will not know that it is all comprehensive. So in a family life, in a professional life, in a social life, in the personal life, in the student life, how does Gita help us? When we take up the spiritual journey, as we keep on advancing, we will try to realize that whatever is happening only by His will. He means not a person. Papa has defined it as the subtle and mysterious power. So everything is happening only by the will of the subtle and everything is ultimately for good. So when we draw the examples, this also may be kept in our mind. Every experience where we have not brought His role, even then it is His will only. So this is the chart, and then we now in this particular we have taken 2 from personal, 2 from professional, 1 from family, 2 from student, 3 from social segments. And now we will go through one by one. A young boy once wandered into a potter's shed, fascinated by rows of clay pots, big and small, plain and decorated. Watching the potter at work, he asked, "What are these pots made of?" "Clay," replied the potter. "And where does the clay go once the pots are ready?" The potter smiled and said, "They don't go anywhere. They take the shape of the pot." He paused and continued, "The pots may appear different from the clay, but they all come from the same clay. Their shapes will change, break, or disappear, but the clay remains." The boy asked them, "So is the clay in the pots?" "Look closely," said the potter. "Yes, the clay is in the pots, but also the pots are in the clay. Before and after, it is only clay. No pot can truly hold or contain the clay. It simply expresses it for a while." The boy stood silent. What he had heard was more than a lesson in pottery. It was a glimpse into the truth. Like the clay to the pots, the divine is the unseen presence behind all forms. All beings appear to dwell in that, yet that is beyond being contained, as expressed in Shloka number 5, chapter number 9. Nachamastani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhutavrinnacha bhutasto mamatma bhutabhavana. For those who are hearing this for the first time, we would like to add something. When the potter said, how does it apply to me? When he says different pots with different colors, different sizes, not revealing the clay, but appearing as different entities. So we also now try to think. We are all different. But suppose we ask the question, where from we have come? Our normal answer would be, we have come from our parents. Later on, we will realize that parents also have got their parents, who have their parents, who have their parents. Like that, we can keep on telling. Up to 2 or 3 generations, we might be able to remember. Beyond that, no. So, where from the first set of parents came? We don't know. Our intellect cannot reach. When our intellect cannot reach, we go to the Shastras. Whenever we come across a word, the meaning of which we don't know, we go to the dictionary. We believe the dictionary because it is a verified science. Similarly, Shastras are verified sciences. So Bhagavad Gita says, the Lord says, I am the Bijam, I am the root, I am the origin of everything. So we have no idea about Bhagavan. We believe that word and travel, and by the time we travel, we will be able to know what this I stands for. We all know that from a cause only effect can come. Our parents are the instrumental cause. They cannot be the first cause. So there should be a first God which got self-propagated. These are all rational, logical. So all of us owe to the same source. With that perspective, suppose we go through this, we might be able to go nearer the theme. A young boy once wandered into a potter's shed, fascinated by rows of clay pots, big, small, plain, decorated. Watching the potter at work, he asked curiously, what are these pots made of? Clay, replied the potter. And where does the clay go once the pots are ready? The potter smiled and said, they don't go anywhere. They take the shape of the pot. He paused and continued. The pots may appear different from the clay, but they all come from the same clay. Their shapes will change, break, or disappear, but the clay remains. The boy paused, then asked, so is the clay in the pot? Look closely, said the potter. Yes, the clay is in the pots, but also the pots are in the clay. Before and after, it is only clay. No pot can truly hold or contain the clay, it simply expresses it for a while. The boy stood silent. What he had heard was more than a lesson in pottery. It was a glimpse into the truth. Like the clay to the pots, the divine is the unseen essence behind all beings appear to dwell in that, yet that is beyond being contained, as expressed in Shloka 5 of chapter number 9. Nachamastani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhutavirnacha bhutasto mamatma bhuta bhavana. Truly, beings do not dwell in me. Behold my divine mystery. Though I sustain all beings and bring them into existence, I remain beyond them. The potter's words echo the subtle truth of the shloka that while all forms arise from the divine remains untouched by them, like clay shaping yet transcending the pots. The Supreme pervades all, yet is beyond all. The first cause. That is why for any product, any creature comfort, it must have three causes. The material cause is the intelligent cause. So it is the intelligent one we use with the material brings out this. But he should be there, na? For an individual. The intelligence. In the chapter number 7, we found God is defined as intelligence of the intellect. Not only he said, I am the first cause, uncaused cause, the premier cause, but he also said, I am the intelligence of the intellect. So all the creature comforts we are seeing, right from the moment we get up till we retire to bed, they have all come from this intelligence. Think about this. It's a very important shloka. Nachamastani bhutani.
It's not that. Not that. Something else. Something you do something else.
Nachamastani bhutani pashyame yogamaishwaram bhudavrna cha bhudasto mamatma bhudabhavana. Please think about it. Clay, potter, how through such a simple example, a profound idea is being projected. Think.
Can you say the paper and the book?
Paper and the book.
Everything we can apply. Yeah. Correct.
Wood, paper and the book.
Everything. But first we try to see something other than that and bring it out in the form of examples. Later on we try to think about our own. No? We are the effect.
No, it's coming from the laptop. From this one, no? Yeah, it's coming from this. It is not from our thing. Somebody's mic is on. I'll mute it. I think Swamiji's mic will start working. 1 second. Now Swamiji talk. 1 second. Now see. Now that means Swamiji's mic has started working. Yeah. Very good. It's working. No, it is not that. From 2 days it is together. Swamiji can.
You stop.
Stop this. This I can't stop Swamiji. I muted it, that's all.
The thread of thought is broken. Please think about it.
Sorry,
Ah.
Swamiji, speak no something.
Can you hear now? Nobody can hear. Huh?
Everything is audible now. Is this something unplug this? Yeah.
He's telling something.
You can hear now?
Okay.
Okay. So we will move to the second one now. So the changeless, that is the topic. Changeless substratum. The clay remains changeless in spite of various forms. In spite of so changes can take place only on a changeless substratum. All of us are different types of creation. The different types of creation can exist only on a changeless substratum. First we will theoretically, intellectually we will understand and then try through reflection. Only through reflection we can enter into the experiential realm. Then we enter into the second one. Slogan number 6, dispassionate. Sneha once sat by her grandmother in the courtyard, watching the clothesline flutter in the breeze. Suddenly she sniffed the air and said, "I smell jasmine, but we don't have jasmine in our garden." Her grandmother smiled. "That scene is from Mohini auntie's house down the lane. The wind brought it here." Sneha thought for a moment, but yesterday it brought the smell of burning leaves, and the day before pakoras. The grandmother said, "Yes, the wind carries everything, sweet, sharp, unpleasant. But tell me, does the wind become jasmine or fire or pakoras?" Sneha shook her head. "No, the wind is just wind." Her mother's eyes twinkled. Exactly. It touches everything, moves through everything, but remains unchanged. Just like that, all of us live and move and act in the divine, whether we know it or not. The divine holds all things, yet is never stained by anything. She added softly, "This world is like wind moving in space, free, active, expressive, but always resting in something vast and still." The girl looked up at the sky and the wavering trees. Somehow everything suddenly felt more connected, more peaceful, as illustrated in slogan number 6 of chapter number 9. Yathakasha stito nityam vayu sarvatra go mahan tatha sarvani bhutani mastani tyupadharaya. As the mighty wind moving everywhere rests always in space, even so, know all living beings rest in me. Just as the wind carries all sense yet remains untouched, all beings move through life held within the divine, ever present yet beyond all change. The shloka brings to light what the grandmother revealed, the unseen presence in which everything lives, breathes, and belongs. So the topic is dispassionate. Anything and everything. Just like a container, this flask, for example. We can put payasam, kheer there. After some time we wash and we can put achar. After some time you can put karela, juice. It will not question. It will provide, it will facilitate to have anything and everything, untouched, unaffected. But it is needed to contain this. that is dispassionate. We move to the third sloka, chapter number 10, sloka number 10. Not all leadership needs words. A quiet, watchful presence can inspire order, harmony, purpose. Simply by being, the Gita reveals that true order flows not from control, but from trust and subtle influence. In a busy town, a hotelier who began with nothing but determination gradually built his humble eatery into a thriving hotel. His secret was not just tasty food, it was the warm, respectful environment he cultivated. Yet he hardly gave instructions or managed tasks directly. Instead, he sat quietly at the cashier's desk, observing with calm attention. His gentle, caring presence set the tone for the whole team. Inspired by his silent leadership, the staff worked with dedication and harmony. Orders were prompt, kitchen ran smoothly, place remained spotless, all without micromanagement. Though he rarely intervened, his presence alone brought order, discipline, motivation. The hotelier led not by command, but by quiet example, by resonating the theme of chapter number 9, shloka number 10. Nachamam tani karmani nibaddanti dhananjaya udasin avadasinam asaktam teshu karmasu. Sorry. This is, here it is. In this book it is different. Okay. Yeah, in this book, 9th is this. But here, in some other book, we got it from it. Mayadhyakshena prakritihi suyate sa characharam hetunanena kaunteya jagat viparivartate. Under my supervision, O Arjuna, Prakriti, nature, brings forth the entire universe of moving and non-moving beings. It is because of this guidance that the cycles of the world continue to evolve. Papa used to say, the wind blows, the sun shines. Like that we start observing. Is there anybody giving instruction? Same area, same water, same earth, same sun, same gardener, but when you plant different seeds, it gives you different tastes. You have to think about it. And many incidents well up in our heart. In our professional career, the manager was an embodiment of all that is good and great. He is not involved in daily activities. He is there in his cabin. There are so many departments functioning under him. We were attached to the sales control. At that time, we have shared this, but for the sake of newcomers, we are sharing it again. Because it gels with the slogan. At that time, our monthly turnover, I am talking about 60s, 61, 62, 63 period. Our monthly turnover was 2 lakhs a month. So he called and said, can we make it 5 lakhs? He was sharing this on 10th or 11th or 15th of that month. So this month can we hit 5 lakhs? So we said, we will give you the intent. If you can get us the parts, we will do that. He said, yes. So we made an intent, which has got back orders, and then gave it to him in a couple of days. He got in touch with the head office. We were working in Bosch, Micro. Head office was in Bangalore. So immediately got in touch with impressed upon them that it should be sent before the end of that month. They took about another 10 days, and we got only telex was there on those days. So through telex we got the message that what they will be sending it. Immediately after we received the telex message, we did the allotment, and simultaneously everything was done manually, unlike today, no computer. Everything has to be done manually. So first they have to prepare the delivery challan by hand, which will have 2 or 3 copies. One will go to the accounts department, one will go to the parts issuing department, one will go along with the consignment, and one will remain at the office copy. One will come to us for stock inventory. We have to reduce the stock, So there will be 5 copies, and all these things were prepared without putting the date. As we started receiving, based upon this, the concerned department, they receive the consignment, open it and put it in. We have given them the delivery challan copy to the customers, different consignments were made, put it, account department typed out the invoice, put it in that, then way bill, so many things. Everything was going in an automated, The entire team. We did not look up and down. And on 30th evening, by about 5:30, every time we make a note, just like this, a cricket match score. Where have you reached? Where have you reached? Where have you reached? Every invoice, manually, just imagine, we don't have computer. So somebody will keep on adding the value. So by 5:30, we had crossed 5 lakhs. Rushed up to manager's cabin and told him, yes, we have done. He got up. You have done it? Yes, sir. Immediately he telephoned to the head office and said, my boys have done what nobody can imagine in 10 days. So I am engaging 2 buses. All of them will be taken from Madras to Bangalore, put them in the first class hotel, give them first class treatment, take them to the factory, let them go around all places and then come back. None of us asked the manager, what will we get? That was the towering personality he had. Not a roaring commander. Even after 60 years, we still remember, we are reliving that moment. It was the impact was so deep. Reverently we remember him. He will never impose. He will only talk wherever necessary, and humble in his body language, in his speech, in approach. Like that so many, but now, see, so the hotelier. In a busy town, a hotelier began with nothing but determination. So these are all some points for us, in our professional field. Men management, HR, human relations, So Bhagavad Gita is enabling us to go and make us to understand this sloga through an example drawn from the daily life. So that we will start refining. Wherever the refinement is necessary, we will try to apply. It will improve the quality of our life. When the quality of our life is improved, we will be leading a joyous life. So in a busy town, a hotelier who began with nothing but determination gradually built his humble way eatery into a thriving hotel. His secret was not just tasty food, it was the warm, rustic environment he cultivated. Yet he hardly gave instructions or managed tasks directly.
Mic is touching your hand, no? That's why it's squeaking.
What can I do?
I'll keep it outside.
It's all right. I'll be careful.
You can put it here for me.
Yeah, it's all right, sir. He's gentle. You don't feel, there is a break in the thought. His gentle, caring presence set the tone for the whole team. Inspired by his silent leadership, the staff worked with dedication and harmony. Orders were prompt, Kitchen ran smoothly, place remained spotless, without micromanagement. Though he rarely intervened, his presence alone brought order, discipline, motivation. The hotelier led not by command, but by quiet example, by resonating the theme of chapter number 9, shloka number 10. Mayadhyakshena prakriti suyade sacharacharam. Ketunanena kaunteya jagat vidyut parivartate. Under my supervision, O Arjuna, Prakriti, nature, brings forth the entire universe of moving and non-moving beings. It is because of this guidance that the cycles of the world continue to revolve. Just as the divine guides the universe through silent presence, the hotelier's quiet leadership inspired harmony and excellence. So this is called Eh?
Guru's grace is also like that, Swamiji. He said Guru's grace is also like that.
Guru's grace. Provided we become aware, na? If we become aware of the Guru's grace, no. That will definitely, as you said, keep us in bounds. We will not go astray. Otherwise, we will go astray. Here we find, when we try to identify, as we keep on going through this Gita in-depth study, that He is immanent, He is inside us. He is ever watching us, guiding us, leading us, pointing out to us gently. Oh, I should not have told like that, no? When I say that, who says that? Where from you got that? Intuitively, He guides us. The other day we said, in a bhajan, in Malayalam, it's beautifully brought out. Guruvenna bhavamillad ennod eppozhum sheriyodidunna mugundan. Even without bossing, He is inside, He is telling me, it's not right. Go and apologize. Compensate for what you have done. I shouldn't have talked like that. I shouldn't have done like that. I shouldn't have thought like that. How does He, where from we get? He is immanent. He is within. So this is called luminary. Next, previous was dispassionate.
Kalamami is telling
Kalamami wants to ask something.
that feeling Papa only is giving.
Who is Papa? If you are clear, there won't be any doubt at all. Then we move to the fourth shloka. A proud Sanskrit scholar once journeyed to meet Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, eager for an intellectual debate with the revered thinker. At the railway station, a humble, unassuming man approached and offered to carry his heavy luggage. The scholar, surprised but pleased, accepted the help. To his astonishment, the simple man carrying his legs was none other than Vidyasagar himself. Next day, when he went to the venue, he saw him. In that moment, the scholar felt a deep humility wash over him. He had expected a grandeur, brilliance, adorned with ceremony, but here was true greatness expressed in quiet service and humility. He realized that true wisdom is not in appearance or pride, but in the humility that embraces all. Much like a precious jewel hidden inside an ordinary box, real greatness is often unseen by superficial eyes. The wise recognize the inner light beyond the surface, refusing to be deceived by mere outward show. This truth is echoed in the 11th sloka of chapter number 9. Avajananti mam moodha manushim tanumashritam param bhavam ajanando mama bhuta maheshwaram. The ignorant who are unaware of my supreme nature deride me when I appear in human form. They do not know my transcendental nature as the supreme Lord of beings. Just as the scholar failed to recognize Vidyasagar beneath his simple appearance, The shloka reveals the true vision lies in seeing beyond the surface where humility hides the highest. Here the linking is going on perfectly. So humility. We covered how many points? Changeless, pot, clay and pot. Dispassionate, the wind. Luminary, the hotelier. Humility, Ishwara Chandra Vidyasagar. There is a shloka, there is a meaning. Now we are trying to understand how it is related to our daily life. And why are we doing this? When we try to connect examples drawn from the life so far lived by us, will help us to connect with the life to be lived by us. That is the gain. Otherwise it becomes history or a knowledge. We can quote it somewhere. No, that is not the intention. If the touch of Gita has to enter me, first I am now preparing because I don't know I should have, when I was a child, I must have learnt it and then try to apply this in my daily life. I was not given this opportunity. So now what can I do? All of us, I mean all of us. So what we can do? We can only try to link it with the experiences we had so far lived or seen or heard, so that we might be able to bring its effect on the life to be lived when we react to events and individuals. When somebody shouts, we may not react. We remember the wind, Today it will bring fragrance, the other day it may come foul smell. But the wind remains untouched. Somebody may be shouting, somebody may be putting loving words, but we remain untouched. When management, without asserting, through love, when we are in a position to connect the ideal with everybody, no control is necessary. Ideal will take itself. We used to quote, Swami Chidanandaji's word, looking at you, the world should know who your Guru is. The Guru has left the scene, but the ideal here represented, embodied, symbolized, that is reflected through the disciple. And humility. Every time, suppose we try to understand that we did not bring anything to the world, everything has been given to me, including my birth, I am not responsible, including the very basic mother nature because of which I exist, it is not created by me. All the creature comfort that make comfortable are not produced by me. So whatever talks that come from me, whatever deeds I do, whatever thoughts that well up in my mind should also be beneficial to others. This is how the humility gets expressed. We don't arrogate, These four slokas are giving these fundamentals, which will help us in our life to be lived. Otherwise, it becomes academic, I think more of it we will take it up tomorrow. And those who have got this book, they can go through this again and again. Slogan number 5, slogan number 6, slogan number 10, slogan number 11. And then reflect and try to bring out your own examples. That is the key. Then that means, it gets stamped on our heart. It will help us. This is in line with our usual conventional studies. This is something we are drawing from the daily life for enabling us to handle everything more efficiently, more harmoniously, more peacefully, more successfully. So that all these thoughts well up in our heart. Hari Om. Om.
Papa has given us a new way of learning the Bhagavad Gita.
New way of learning.
Yeah. No, we are. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram 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 Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Om Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Ram Hari Om Hari Om Hari Om to everybody Hari Om Hari Om to everybody Namaskar Namaskar
आंटी आज वही तो आज नहीं एक्चुअली क्या हो गया स्वामी जी का लैपटॉप है ना उसका माइक है ना चलना बंद हो गया था 2-3 दिन से तो आज सडनली चालू हो गया
German change.
What?
The change of God.
Change of guard?
Bring God once. We used Ramana used to.
That's the guard running in the front to instruct me. I don't know how to do instructions. You can handle it. I think I spoke very loudly, so Amiji came to the phone. Amiji said about the guard, because people may talk nicely, people may talk badly. I knew what he was saying about this.
They managed to
Now?
mitigate Ramana.
It happened, my papa's will.
Is Rudy a partner? No.
I'm good. Yeah, he called me, we have a coffee and then after.
Today full family has come, no? Your whole family has come.
Yeah.
I'm seeing them for the first time. All of them. Which year you are born?
73.
Oh, you were still small.
Okay.
Small means,
She's 6 months younger to me.
yeah, she's older.
Yeah, she's 6. I'm elder.
Yeah, you are 1 year old.
No, 6 months elder.
Only 6 months.
Only 6 months.
I'm 5 years younger than you. Because you're not dying. I'm also not dying.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
You know, the years also were that.
As of now, I don't.
I got very happy.
He did mention 72.
Yeah.
In 72, we have 10 and we are 10.
Her mom also three.
Oh, she's not dying. She's not dying.
Especially died and
I'll give this tomorrow.
Yeah, sure.
Can you put it?